Hello and welcome back. I'm Henry from Chaos TV. Joining me now are Alan and Martin from Plymouth City Bus. Correct. However, I think you wear lots of hats, don't you?
We do. We are basically Go South West. Okay, now it started with Plymouth City Bus many years ago, believe it or not, back in 1892, I think it was, with horse-drawn carriages and all the rest of it, trams, to where we are now. So we're well established. We've been doing this for a little while.
They know the route by now.
We've got our way around. Yeah, we found out now roughly where we are. And we've expanded over the years, and because of that, we've now created another company called Go Cornwall Bus. That was started in 2015. Last year or two, we've got all the contracts now, domestic service contracts for Cornwall, under the Go Cornwall Bus umbrella, and also the Transport for Cornwall umbrella. Now, Transport for Cornwall is basically like a management layer, shall we say, above that, where we work with Cornwall County Council to deliver bus transportation, obviously, to the county. We're also expanding a little bit further with some new operations towards the east. We're starting up another company called Go Devon Bus, and we're looking around the Exeter area for that, and Winkley. So the company's slowly but surely getting bigger and bigger. So Go South West is us, Plymouth City Bus at the heart, but also you've got, as I say, Go Cornwall Bus.
That's great to hear. And even better to hear in the sense that you guys are members of the Armed Forces Covenant, aren't you? So tell us about that.
We are, definitely members of the Armed Forces Covenant. We were just talking about this myself and Martin here when we were setting up, that we've been Armed Forces Covenant champions probably now for about a good, my recollection, probably about 7 years.
Yeah, 7 years,
you reckon? Thereabouts, where we've been trying to encourage people from the Armed Forces community to come and join us and to consider, obviously, the transportation industry as a good career, which it is. That's why myself and Martin have gone through the process ourselves. Myself, I'm an ex-chief gunner in the Royal Navy. I did 25 years, Martin.
I did 13 years as a transport, logistical transport within the Armed Forces and within the Army. 7 years as a driver, Class 1, and then I changed to a port operator, which anything transport by vessels, obviously that's where we meet these guys quite often. So the transition from coming from that sort of background, working as a team, coming into this industry, again, primarily you work by yourself when you're on the bus, but you do work as a massive team to make sure that all the cogs are working. You know, we've got engineering staff working with us. We've also got controllers who monitor what we do, and when we're out on the road and any problems arise, they're the ones to support us. So working as a team, the transition from the Army, for myself, from the Army into this industry was very easy.
So you're both the perfect ones to speak to, because one of my questions was, and do you employ anybody with an Armed Forces background? So there we go.
We do, and Armed Forces personnel are fantastic people. You know, they've been out there, they've got so many qualities that an employer would look for. You know, they're smart, they're well presented, they're self-disciplined, you know, they're punctual, they're reliable, they're trustworthy, and all these skills that naturally exude from them, you know, they take for granted. And they look more and more towards the specific qualifications that they have, say engineer or something like that, to transfer themselves into the civilian workforce. But actually they've got more skills than, you know, you could possibly ever imagine, and also the experience that goes with it. I think coming through the process myself and Martin, I think one of the biggest steps is actually converting from that lifestyle. Particularly if you've been in the Armed Forces for such a long time, you know, you get settled into a good routine, a good structure, okay, and then when you come outside, it's like stepping outside the family is the best way to describe it. And a lot of Armed Forces personnel are looking for something similar to go into, but they love Armed Forces personnel, love the responsibility, they love the challenges that are set upon them, you know, the great problem solving, things like that. But again, they want to have the reliable work, you know, the regular amount of work that's required, and obviously to sustain a living, as we all do. But I think basically Armed Forces personnel just need to have a bridge built between the Armed Forces life and the new civilian life, and this is where we come in. We naturally work very closely with the Career Transition Partnership. I've got a very close friend of mine up there, Joe Lucas, okay, who we work with a lot and we're in regular communication with. We actively seek out individuals who are looking forward to come to this industry, and we take them even though they're still in the military, on that step-by-step journey through their resettlement process to get literally step out of the armed forces on the Friday, have an extended weekend, of course, and then put on your new uniform on the Monday morning, walk through the door, you know, with big smiles, welcome in the arms, and say, come in, take a seat, you know, part of our team.
So that's it. So as
I mean?
part of this covenant and that showing that support, because I think that's as important as giving the support, is showing it and showing that you hold yourself accountable as a business or as a group, as a charity, that you're going to hold yourself to these standards of the covenant. What would you say to an employer looking to show that they support those coming from the armed forces community? What would your recommendation be to that employer?
Sign up firstly for the covenants.
Yeah.
And obviously come to affairs like this all the time. We are at IIP Platinum as well, so it just shows having something like that on board that attracts people as well from the armed forces, which is really good. But just get out there, just come to these events, show your presence, and actually people come to you because they see that the organisation. It's a big organisation. It's one of the biggest, the top 10 employees within Plymouth itself. There's lots of ex-forces people who lived in Plymouth, obviously within the background, the Navy and all that kind of. Go off and then they want to come back to here, so they see that a company like this is an establishment with this investment in individuals. So that's what people look for, so get out there and show it.
I think as an employer, I think what they should be doing is rightly so, as Martin said, come to these events, talk to people, get involved, listen to the individuals, talk to people like CTEC, work with them, they've got the experience. Work with people like the Career Transition Partnership. They've again got the experience, the knowledge and the database of people that are there. And every single person involved in that process is there to help, support and guide, even to the end employer, which is ourselves. Obviously we're here today recruiting. But we all want people to succeed, okay? And as an employer, it's very lovely to come to events like this, to see armed forces personnel, to see the calibre of people that are presented for you, and to try and encourage them, to come in to our work. It's a conversation, we have to go into the detail about what the job entails, what the wages are, what the shift patterns are, and a lot of it is in comparison with what they've pretty much been previously used to anyway. So it's just about showing the similarities between each job.
Great to have both of yourselves here with that lived experience as well, because any questions they're going to have, you're going to have the relevant answers. You're going to be able to apply it to them in a way that they'll understand. This is the thing, you're going to be able to explain this new role in relation to their previous role, in a sense. You'll have that learnt experience.
Definitely, especially from Martin's point of view, from the transport industry within the military.
Yeah, because obviously a lot of the roles obviously I came from was driver based. There's credits that you get that you can use to train. You can get your licenses before you even come to us, but we can use part of that package as your training for us as well, which will help obviously any employer, not just ourselves, but any employer, bring people into their industry and into their company.
But also on top of that, what we try and do is, because we pay for all of your training, is to basically say, yes, we're aware of your enhanced learning credits, etc., etc. Come to us, we'll pay for your training. All right, we'll fully qualify you, save your credits, and then use them because people have aspirations of moving up. Obviously, command change, shall we say, put it into service speak, and so they can look at additional qualifications that are going to support that or enhance their current position.
Again, it's that flexibility, isn't it? Like you say, that you're applying it to these people as individuals. That's what it is at the end of the day, and it's people like that, isn't it? Alan, Martin, thank you both for taking the time to chat with me today. It's great to see how busy it is out there today.
It is buzzing out there as well, isn't it? There's lots of people.
I don't know if it's those good cakes or if it's the fact that you're all here today.
The pasties are coming later, apparently.
I've heard about the pasties. I've heard rumours about these pasties. But no, thank you both for joining me today and having a chat. It's great to see you.
Great to speak to you too. Thank you.